folks, Rory here and welcome to another collectible haul. This is a different video format to what we normally do. I know normally I show a bit of random footage as it starts off to show where I've been and what sort of stuff I found. This week I didn't film anything because I just nipped somewhere on one of my lunch breaks and was hoping that I'd find like an odd one or two things, but I actually found a ridiculously good haul, which is why this video exists. So yeah, first thing that I'm going to show is a DVD. We have Shane Meadows' Dead Man's Shoes, which was 50p, which doesn't seem like it's a lot, but one of the things that's pretty cool is, I mean, obviously this was done in Star Foundation in Burton. Paddy Considine is from, it's Paddy Considine, sorry, that was a random reference to Reeves and Mortimer. Paddy Considine's from Burton, is now a major star in Hollywood. He was in such films as Hot Fuzz, World's End. He's in House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel as well. And this is an early film which stars him and is by Shane Meadows, who was local. That's not why I've bought it either. The reason I've bought it is that there is an extra short film on here. Let me find it. There we go. Yeah, Northern Soul, a short film by Shane Meadows, is on the extra features. Let's move that over here so you can see that somewhere. It's probably not going to be clear enough. Anyway, a lot of people that follow this channel follow it because of the wrestling stuff that we used to do. And years ago, there was a guy who I used to knock around with sort of on some of the Hope Wrestling shows called Reigns. I can't say his actual name because he was an ex-Forces and didn't want his real name broadcasting for any of the wrestling stuff. So he was just Reigns or Big Dog Reigns. But he actually features in this Northern Soul short film, which I can remember him telling me about years ago over a beer in Walkabout in Derby, I believe it was, that he was telling me about that. But yeah, so that's what I was like. It's one of those things that I've actually kind of wanted for a while purely for that extra feature, because the extra feature is not on YouTube or anything like that. The other thing I picked up was The Witcher, The Tower of the Swallow book. I know there was a video that I did a while back where I found loads of Witcher books. Annoyingly, this was in that haul. So I bought this twice in the last couple of months. One in Ashby and one in Burton. Because I forgot the title of the last Witcher book, which is actually The Lady of the Lake. But because I wasn't expecting to see this on the shelf, I just got excited and bought it. Which is fine, because it's a spare. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the real meaty stuff, which is this pile. I've got 6 Marvel graphic novels. Now, at the end of the video, I'll put some photos in just so that you can see the prices on them. I paid a grand total of £12.50 for the Witcher book, the DVD, and this stack of graphic novels. So I'm going to go through what I've got. I'm just trying to work out an order that highlights their awesomeness. So first one is Volume 3 of Marvel Now's Inhumans series. This one was actually £1. Collects Inhuman issues 12 to 14 and annual 1. This is when, during the Marvel Now thing, because Fox still had the rights to X-Men at the time, they were trying to boost the Inhuman title so that they could do an Inhumans movie, which ended up not happening because they turned it into a TV show, which didn't do well. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. Then I got, this is one that I'm really looking forward to reading, Son of M, which is the follow-up to House of M from Quicksilver's point of view and part of the X-Men Decimation line. So in House of M, Quicksilver ended up as one of the depowered mutants from the No More Mutants moment at the end of the series. So this is how Quicksilver got his speed back, which is pretty cool. Have never read it. I'm looking forward to reading it. And the next 3 things that I got all tie in because they are all Civil War graphic novels. Now, when Civil War happened, they did a whole thing in Marvel where they incorporated every single comic line that was out there. And so there was loads of these ones with that wonderful spine. The first one is Frontline Volume 1, which is issues 1 to 6 of Frontline. Frontline was essentially a story that was told from the perspective of, like, it's Phil Ulrich, if memory serves. And because Frontline was the name of the in-universe newspaper. Ben Ulrich, not Phil Ulrich. Phil Ulrich was Hobgoblin. And yeah, Hobgoblin and Goblin Lord, I think, something like that. Anyway, yeah, Phil's his nephew. That's why I got confused. Ben Urich was the character that they brought into the Daredevil Netflix series and had Kingpin kill. But yeah, so this is Ben Urich getting to the front of the superhero Civil War conflict. Never read it. Looking forward to reading that. The next two I have read, and I'm still looking forward to reading them anyway, because I haven't got them. Now, if you've seen any of my little videos that go out every week where it's a graphic novel recommendation, on the opening for that, it shows some of my shelves, and there's an Amazing Spider-Man shelf, and the J.M. Straczynski Spider-Man stuff is stuff that I've been trying to gradually collect for the benefit of full transparency. I know that a lot of the stuff I could just get off eBay, and a lot of stuff I could buy brand new, but I'm a collector in the sense that I love hunting for this sort of stuff. I get a much better sense of satisfaction if I find something that I want in like a charity shop or a car boot or something. And obviously there are times when I go and buy brand new comics and stuff, which I've also put on videos before, like from Birmingham and things like that. But a lot of the time it's the thing of finding them cheap in charities and car boots that I like. So this is The Road to Civil War, which has got JMS's Amazing Spider-Man issues 529 to 531 in here, as well as the New Avengers Illuminati one-shot and Fantastic Four issues 536 to 537 by Brian Michael Bendis. Now, the Fantastic Four stuff deals with Thor's hammer, because at the time of Civil War, Thor was no more, because they'd had the whole disassembled thing in the Ragnarok stuff, and his hammer was just in a crater, which they used the visual inspiration for the original Thor, the first Thor movie, where they had all the people trying to pick up the hammer and no one could, including the bit with Stan Lee trying to pick it up and stuff from the end of the Iron Man 2 film. But that whole thing was taken out of that run of Marvel Comics, and I've just seen a bit on here. There's even there you go. There's Doom trying to pick up Thor's hammer from the crater. Ben Grimm trying to pick it up as well, which is cool. But one of the coolest things about this is that those Spider-Man issues I mentioned, they follow on directly from The Other, which is a massive hardback graphic novel that I've got on my shelf. And that's the point where, following The Other, the very last panel shows Iron Man designing the Iron Spider suit. This has got the first issue, which has the Iron Spider suit in properly. It's got the 3-part Mr. Parker Goes to Washington series, which is very, very good, and sets up Civil War in a really good way, because this is Iron Man trying to prevent the Superhuman Registration Act. Him and Peter Parker go to Washington to try and do it, and Iron Man is against it at that point, but then obviously switches because of the whole thing of Nitro blowing up a school. But yeah, so that was cool. And then the next thing I've got, which is really awesome, is the immediate follow-up from that, which is the Amazing Spider-Man Civil War story arc, which is also by JMS. I've got the volume after that, because this gets followed up by Back in Black, and then One More Day, and that's the end of JMS's run. So it's something that I've needed for a while for myself to coincide with all of those. But this is one of the most essential series companions for Civil War out there, because Spider-Man was at the heart of it. As you can see from that's the take on when he unmasked, and this features all such stuff as Spidey and Cap squaring off, and Spidey eventually decided, here you go, there's him squaring up with Iron Man. Eventually he decides that he's on the wrong side of things, and this has all of that on here. So it's a really good graphic novel, definitely worth a read. I read the issues as they came out back in 2007, because I was collecting individual issues at that point. Yeah, it's just really good. Now, this next one is one that I've already got, but I couldn't leave it on its own, which is Wolverine Origins Volume 1, Born in Blood, which is how they introduced Daken, which is awesome. So it's as a result of House of M, Wolverine got all of his memories back, because for decades in the comics he didn't know who he was or where he came from. And then in 2005, with the House of M event, they just went, you know what, he's having him. And this is part of that. So Wolverine Origins sees him going to find his son. that he only finds out about still existing in one of these first few issues, which I'm sure is in there somewhere. Because Emma Frost basically reads his mind, is like, yeah, Logan, you got a son, your son's alive. Here we go. Yeah. Awesome source. So this is the point where she realises that, yeah, you can see she's saying that she thinks she's talking to Logan, and then it turns out it's not, because it's actually Daken that she's talking to, which is cool. Also features a full knockdown, drag-out brawl between Wolverine and Captain America. So that's 2 books in a row that I picked up that have got the Captain America brawl. But yeah, this introduces the concept of Romulus, the whole thing of Daken, and sets the stage for all of that. It's really cool. It's a really good book, and so therefore I had to pick it up, even though I already had it. That'll actually just be being handed to one of my friends over the course of the weekend, to be fair. But yeah, that was my haul. I got them all from one shop in Burton, and I didn't film anything, so I'm sorry. But here's a quick little gallery of a few pictures to show the prices on there, because I did take a photo of them when they had the prices on in the shop. Basically, the charity shop peels the labels off to put them in their books. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like it by ticking the little thumbs up thing. And if you like this sort of stuff and want to see more of it, please subscribe. Oh, also for further verification of prices, there's my receipt for £12.50 for the whole shebangle. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll more than likely see you in another one of these in the next couple of weeks. Peace out.